when you see children that have moved different schools every year, have been at 3 and 4 different schools, you often see children who might have been retained. You see children that are struggling, because you have to think every time they move to a new school, they're kind of starting over again, and they might be at a different place instruction-wise than the last school, and so they're missing, or they might miss several days while the move is happening, and so they end up not only having a lot of absences, but multiple schools. Those are the children who struggle usually the most academically.
When they come to my school from another school, you know, there's a transition that occurs as far as the teacher gathering data to really pinpoint the students' strengths and weaknesses so they can provide differentiated instruction. And there's a transition period for the student as well, getting to know new friends, getting to know different routines and procedures, new school. And so that too takes time.
A lot of those families, they're living, they're not in their own place. They're living with a sister or a mother or a friend, and so they're moving from place to place. And so those kids, you know, might not have their own spot in that house. There's, you know, might be a lot of people, families in that house trying to help out that one family, and so that's also hard.
If a student was at Rawlings and they came over to Metcalfe, there's common district assessments that I can look at, and you know, I can say, okay, how did they do on the Ames assessment? So we have that. We have common curriculums that, you know, many schools share that use the same curriculum. Some curriculums may be a little different, but by and large, we have common curriculum. So at least the students are seeing some of the same things.
Within the district, there is the McKinney-Vento homeless program. So if a family declares themselves as homeless, they can stay at the same school. They don't need to move. If they move into a different zone, they don't need to move. The county will, the district will provide transportation. But again, it's kind of getting that parent to understand that and fill out the paperwork and do that process, and so that they can stay in that same school. But often, you know, if you move across the county, you want your child closer to where you are, even if there is a bus provided, and so that child will move again.
Parent education, having them understand. And I understand that sometimes some things are out of their control, and they're moving for reasons in which they would choose not to move, but the consistency is very important to ensuring that the student is going to have a successful year academically.